This is a mercenary, and this is a soldier. What's the difference? A mercenary fights for money, not for a country. He has no nationality tied to the war he's fighting in. He chooses his battles based on the contract, not on loyalty. If the pay stops, the war stops mattering to him. A soldier fights for his country, under its flag and its laws. He's bound by orders, military code, and national duty. He doesn't choose the war, his government does. Even if he disagrees, he stays, because it's his duty. If captured, a soldier is protected as a prisoner of war under international law. A mercenary has no such protection. He can be executed on the spot. A soldier risks his life for a cause bigger than himself. A mercenary risks his life for a paycheck. This is interrogation, and this is torture. What's the difference? Interrogation is when officials ask questions to get information, following strict legal rules. The person being questioned still has rights to silence, to a lawyer, to humane treatment. No physical pain is used, only psychological pressure within legal limits. Even enemies of the state are protected from abuse during this process. Torture is when pain is used deliberately to break a person, not to find truth. There are no rights here. No lawyer, no silence, no protection. Electric shocks, beatings, starvation, sleep deprivation, all used to destroy the will, not extract facts. And here's the dark truth. Most confessions under torture are false. People will say anything to make the pain stop. Interrogation searches for the truth. Torture searches for submission. One protects a person's dignity. The other destroys it, and still often learns nothing real. This is strategy. This is tactics. What's the difference? Strategy is the big picture, the overall plan to win the entire war. It's decided by generals and leaders, looking months or years ahead. It answers the question, what do we need to achieve, and why? Lose a battle, and strategy still survives. It's the long game. Tactics are the small moves. How you win a single battle. Right now, it's decided on the ground, often in minutes, by commanders facing the enemy. It answers the question, how do we win this fight today? Win every tactic, lose the strategy, and you still lose the war. Strategy is the war. Tactics are the battles. One sets the destination. The other gets you through the fight to reach it. You can win every fight and still lose everything, if no one was steering the ship. This is a ceasefire, and this is an armistice. What's the difference? A ceasefire is a temporary pause in fighting. Nothing more. It can be local, limited to one area, or even just a few hours. No formal agreement is required. Sometimes it's just an unspoken pause, and it can collapse instantly, the moment one side decides to fire again. An armistice is a formal, signed agreement to stop fighting completely. It's negotiated between military commands or governments, not just soldiers on the ground. It covers the entire war, not just one battlefield. But here's the twist. It still doesn't end the war legally. Only a peace treaty does. The Korean War Armistice was signed in 1953. No peace treaty followed. Technically, North and South Korea are still at war today. A ceasefire is a pause. An armistice is a formal stop, but neither one means peace. Only a treaty ends a war. Until then, the guns are just silent, not gone. This is a preemptive war, and this is a preventive war. What's the difference? A preemptive war is launched when an attack is imminent, hours or days away. You strike first because intelligence shows the enemy is already moving against you. It's a direct response to a clear, immediate threat. International law treats this as closer to self-defense. You're stopping an attack already in motion. A preventive war is launched against a threat that doesn't exist yet, but might someday. There's no imminent attack, just a fear that the enemy will become too strong to stop later. It's a calculated choice to strike early, before the balance of power shifts. And here's the controversial part. Most of international law sees this as aggression, not defense. A preemptive war stops an attack that's already coming. A preventive war stops a threat that might never come. One is defense. The other is a gamble, and history rarely forgives it. Beyond the maps, the laws, and the intricate strategies, there is a hidden side to war. a cost that isn't measured in dollars or numbers, but in human souls. When the final gunshot is fired and the smoke clears, two distinct types of wounds remain, and one of them is completely invisible. The wounds of the flesh are written on the body. Shrapnel scars, bullet holes, lost limbs. These are the tangible price paid for combat. The physical mark of duty. The world sees these wounds. Society honors them with medals of valor, like the Purple Heart. Doctors can use stitches, medication, and technology to heal the skin and replace the bone. But the healing of the flesh is only half the battle. The wounds of the soul are the silent killers of war. Flashbacks, nightmares, and the paralyzing loss of internal peace. They are the invisible prison of the mind. A soldier might physically leave the battlefield, but the battlefield never leaves the soldier. They come back to safe, warm beds, yet their minds are still trapped in the cold mud and the deafening gunfire. Society often forgets these wounds, because you cannot bandage a broken soul. Physical wounds show what a soldier gave for his country. Invisible wounds show what the war took away from him, forever. One leaves a scar on the skin. The other leaves a cage in the mind.